Washington Husky hoops came from 18 down to beat USC over the weekend as UW picked up its first Big Ten win of the season. Freshman phenom Hannes Steinbach was the star, scoring 26 points and grabbing 14 rebounds in the win. For his efforts, Steinbach named Big Ten Freshman of the Week. He has now posted double-doubles in 5 consecutive games played. Thrilled to be joined by Washington's basketball head coach, Danny Sprinkle. Hey, Danny, I'd like to start with the young guy in Hannes. Maybe not as young as some other true freshmen. That's the story with most international guys. But I'm always fascinated by the recruiting process with international players. So how did Hannes come about being a Washington Husky?
Yeah, well, he is as young as these other true freshmen. He just turned 19. And that's what is so special about him. Like, he's only scratching the surface of how good he's going to be. But as the recruiting process, I have to give credit to my assistant, Andy Hill, who did 99% of it. He's the one that found him. He's the one that evaluated him. He found him it might have been at the end of our tenure at Utah State, and he kind of jumped on it. And then he jumped on him hard that May and June, our first May and June on the job here at Washington. And we got him on campus that early November and signed him. Thank God, because everybody found out, the whole world found out about him after that. And he's just gotten better and better.
Yeah, what is it about his skill set that makes him so special? I mean, coming off 24 and 16, we see some younger guys that be able to score, but not guys usually that can also combine with that rebounding ability.
Yeah, that's what he does best. And I've said it before, it's almost like he has magnets in his hands. Like, he's like Dennis Rodman. He knows where the ball's going, but he makes the effort to go every time. And he just has a natural instinct to rebound the basketball. For him to be able to run and move the way he does at 6'11", and his passing ability, he's like a point guard. And I give a lot of credit to his coaches and his trainers over in Germany. They really developed that from a young age to, like, he's always making the right basketball play.
Obviously, guys like that make a huge difference for what you're trying to build in Seattle. You also have to go into the portal. You did a nice job in year 1, did it again in year 2. Obviously, Des Claude and Wes Yates come over from USC. How important was it to get guys like those two specifically in terms of what you're trying to build and guys who can be ready-made players the day that they step foot on your campus?
Yeah, it's huge. And obviously, Wesley Yates had a great freshman year at USC. But a lot of people don't know, like, he spent his first year, he redshirted at Washington. And this is where he was in love with Washington. I don't think he really wanted to leave here in the first place. And so when he did hit the portal, we had to battle some other schools, but I knew his heart was here. We were very fortunate to get him, as well as other guards. You mentioned Desmond. Like, that recruiting process, I've talked about it before, was wild, and he basically committed to a couple other schools, and kind of we were almost the last one standing. And so very fortunate to get an all Big Ten player in the portal like Des, with that experience, to add to guys like Zoom Diallo, to help freshmen like J.J. Maniquit and Cortland Muldrew and Jasir Rencher. But that experience, and you have to have depth in this league, as and that's one thing that we ran into last year. We didn't have depth at the guard spot, and we didn't have depth at the big spot. And that's a recipe for disaster, which is what happened in year 1. So we really wanted to attack that and have multiple bodies at each position, just to add to the competition. And we know how Big Ten play is going to play out.
Danny, I'm fascinated by what you just brought up about the transfer portal process. And obviously the focus, as it probably should be, is on the student athlete and what they have to go through. Mm-hmm. But what shouldn't be lost in this conversation, in this process, is what a coaching staff has to go through, because sometimes you think you have a guy or you think you don't have a guy, and it goes the opposite way. So what does the mental approach and the patience level have to be for a staff when you're going through that transfer portal deal?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's miserable. Because every day there's 20, 30 kids going into the portal, so you're just making more calls, you're talking to agents, and it's nonstop. And every school has to go through it, and you never know you have them until they get to campus. Like I mentioned, Des Claude, we didn't have communication for about 3.5 weeks, and then he just called us and committed. But that's the college landscape nowadays, and we're glad to have him. He's been fun to coach. He's fun to be around every day. But every recruiting story is different, and like I said, every program in our league, pretty much has 10 new guys on it every year.
It's a good comeback story for you in the portal window. An even better, perhaps, comeback story on the floor this past weekend. You guys are down 18 at the half and completely flipped the script late in that game to walk away with the win over USC. How'd you guys do it?
Yeah, we finally settled down and we started making shots. Like even going back and watching the film in the first half, we were 1 of 12 from 3. We had some sloppy turnovers, but the looks we were getting, I have no problem with our guys shooting those shots. And it was just a matter of time before we started making those shots. And then we got our energy going defensively a little bit, and USC missed some shots. Both teams have guys out. I know they have some players out. I have so much length and athleticism sitting in Seattle. We had 3 bigs out. We had Bryson Tucker out. And so everybody's kind of going through it now. But our team, that second half, like they really dug in. And once we got it back into the game in that first, 2 minutes of that second half, we knew it would come down to the wire.
I always find these next couple of weeks critical because you come off the early start of Big Ten play and then you go back into the non-conference before league play resumes in early January. And you specifically have 3 or 4 games here against teams, a couple of teams notably that have had maybe better non-conference seasons than they had expected to have themselves. So for you guys, how important is this stretch that is often overlooked by the casual fan that finds itself in between the Big Ten games?
Yeah, you're dealing with a lot right now. Like we're in finals week right now, but then, guys are coming off playing UCLA and USC, and you can't have slippage. We got Southern Utah on Saturday, and then we have a really good Seattle U team, who upset us last year. And then we got San Diego and Utah. And so we have 4 big games before we get back into Big Ten play that we have to continue to get better. There's a lot of stuff we need to clean up. As you mentioned, like we can't keep getting down 18 points, and a lot of that stuff is self-inflicted wounds that we have to clean up.
All right, so I wrote down your start of Big Ten play because I saw it the first time, the start in January, and I actually couldn't believe it. So you go on the road, you start with Indiana and Purdue in their gyms, and you have a home game against Michigan and Michigan State. Then you road trip to Nebraska. Those teams combined are more than 40 games above 500 at this point in the year. Obviously, Michigan and Nebraska are unbeaten right now. I'm assuming you just couldn't fit the Oklahoma City Thunder in there on the schedule as you go back towards Seattle. But in all seriousness, I know you're not ready to deal with it yet. When you get into a stretch like that, as a coach, having done this before, how do you deal with a stretch like that?
Yeah, one game at a time. And I know it sounds like coach speak, and you also missed, we have Ohio State also in there.
Yep.
When we come back from Indiana and Purdue, we got Ohio State, then Michigan and Michigan State. And so it's brutal, but that's the Big Ten, and that's why it's the best conference in the country. There's not a night off. You got to play them at some point. And, hopefully when we get these, teams into Alaska Airlines Arena, we can get it down to the last 5 minutes and let the crowd take over. But it's more of a mental battle, in the Big Ten. And you can't get too high. You can't get too low because there's going to be nights you do get your butt kicked, and then you can't let that loss turn into 2 or 3 or 4 losses in a row. And that's what's so hard about the Big Ten.
Danny, let's finish here. How different has the start of this year felt in comparison to last year for you based on everything that went on before you actually got to tip the basketball off last season?
Yeah, it's a complete 360. I didn't feel like I was completely set, and my staff can probably say the same, until really in the middle of this summer. Like once this new group came in, it was like we understood Seattle. We knew our fan base, we knew academics, like we had a schedule, like we felt more organized in year 2. We'd been through a year of the Big Ten, like the travel, playing in some of these hostile environments and the type of bodies that we needed to recruit and, to hopefully get to the top of this conference. And so it's night and day. And, I love our team right now. Like this team has some character and some traits that I like. We have some personality. And we had to really recruit to that too. I wanted some guys that had some, had some personality to them that would get excited, and play with some passion, which I didn't feel like we had last year. And, we were very fortunate to get some of those kids in the portal, and now we got to go win some games with them.
What about those guys in the weight room? I saw you in the weight room in Terranea just absolutely crushing weights. Are those guys still trying to keep up with you?
They are doing more than keep up with me. I'm just trying to stay healthy.
Hey, man, all of us of a certain age, though you're certainly not of this age. Always great to catch up with Washington head coach Danny Sprinkle. Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck. Happy holidays.
You bet. Go Dogs.